549 was the target that was set for India by South Africa. Were they being conservative or overconfident? All of that we'll discuss a little later. But as things stand right now, India have gone to stump, having lost both their openers, still need a mammoth target of 522 to win, which of course is out of the equation. The only question that remains is that can they last out 3 sessions on the final day to somehow get a draw? That's the only thing that they can look forward to. But now they only have 8 wickets in hand because, as I mentioned, they've lost both their openers, one to Marco Jansen, the other to Simon Harmer, the 2 bowlers that had been picking up wickets in the first innings as well. Not too much happened. Yet we have a lot to discuss, as we always do in a show called Matchpoint, India versus South Africa edition. Harshit and Shane have joined me. And we'll start by the most amazing phenomena that I've noticed in this test match, which I haven't seen previously watching test cricket. And that's why I think we need to give it a lot of attention, because we really need to get to the bottom of this particular phenomena, which is so rare. As I said, we haven't seen it in test match cricket before. And the phenomena is that how the pitch is changing its nature. So when India is batting, it is somehow becoming so tough to bat on. There's grip, there's turn, there's uneven bounce. So many things are happening. And as soon as South Africa comes out to bat, it becomes a flat track, so easy to bat on, nothing happens. So what do we put it down to? Is it the Guwahati climate? Is it the volcanic ash that is coming from Ethiopia towards India? Is it because of it being a new stadium where they've invented a new technology where there's a certain amount of air that comes in from certain areas or not?
Or as somebody from across the border might say, they press a button and the pitch changes.
Press a button, a pitch changes. Maybe the soil that they have come up with as soon as it... Or there is a chip inside the ball that understands that it's in the hand of a South African bowler and it suddenly starts doing a lot more. As soon as he knows that it's an Indian hand,
no,
you know, it reacts very differently.
I like most things that you enlisted over there. Let's just add one more. How about lack of skill?
Can't be that.
No. Can't be that. Indian players are so skillful, yeah.
So skillful. Right? Did you not see that Sai Sudarshan sweep? The way he swept himself off his own feet and then was being lauded by the commentator for saving himself from getting bowled. Unreal. That's skill.
I don't know, all of you watching can do by Harshit's very lame and very basic excuse that is coming up with. He's saying skill levels are different. Are you trying to tell me that the skill level of Indian bowlers is less and the skill level of South African batters are higher than Indian? I don't buy that. That's a very simplistic way of looking at things. I'm sure it's much more complicated than that. I'm sure there's a lot of physics, a lot of geometry, a lot of science involved. Dare I say a bit of geography as well with the clay, and we'll have to come up with a more complicated, more nuanced explanation to why is it that the pitch and the conditions are unplayable when India are batting and they are a road, in the word of one of our players, road when South Africa are batting.
No, unfortunately, we're talking sport and not politics. Otherwise, you do get the excuse of EVMs. Here, I don't know what you can say. I don't know what to put the blame on if it can't be lack of skill. I really don't know.
The blame on, you would have been allowed to put the blame on. The only problem is you're the host country. You can't even put the blame on that. I think said that when everyone is sleeping, or when the innings break is taken, then in the roller they put certain chip which changes the pitch differently. But now you're the host country, you can't even say that.
This is sporting version of anti-incumbency.
Yeah, this is anti-incumbency. The pitch is revolting. Since I've allowed you guys too much to win the home team, it's anti-incumbency, and we want now so it started from New Zealand. But in the middle you got West Indies, which you even see, sometimes anti-incumbency also doesn't work when the contest is so uneven, right? Then the people who are in power or the incumbent comes back into power, also happens. So it didn't work in West Indies because you were overwhelmingly better than them. But there has to be, you guys help us out here. There has to be a much more scientific explanation as to why the pitch and the conditions are changing. Phenomenal. It's a phenomenal activity that we have.
What explains the drift, the bounce, and the turn?
Yeah.
Those three things. The third was also missing for a large part when India were bowling. I could see 6.2 degrees turn that resulted in the wicket of one of the Indian batters. I could see one of the batters not get their bat close to the ball and the ball take the wicket. Then I could also see a couple of play and misses because the ball had turned enough to beat the bat. I need enlightenment, honestly. I'm heavily
Shane
relying
has
on.
the answer. Shane has the answer. He has been thinking about it. He's come up with a.
I don't have any answers, unfortunately.
Newton's third law of.
No, at this point, this is the fourth law. I don't even know what that law is. I think they've just come up with something.
I know it. Theory of relativity. Einstein's theory. Relatively. So it's relatively difficult for India. It's not. It's just relatively different.
Relativity, it's difficult, but for the South Africans, it's relatively
easy. There you go. The Einstein.
So much talk of relatives.
The Einstein. But you guys, if you have a nice theory, not as simple and simplistic as Harshit's, that is a difference in skill.
It's not a skill issue.
Yeah. Indians are far more skillful in batting and bowling. You come up with a
No,
theory.
I know one. Maybe there's not enough patriotism. I don't think they're batting with aura anymore.
That is a possibility.
They're not batting with that aura.
It sounds simplistic what Shane is saying, but it has a very deeper meaning. Maybe that patriotism, that aura is a bit less. That's why this is happening.
What has happened to that aura? In what? 3 days of 2.5 days of
4
cricket?
It must have fallen down. Maybe you're not playing with your heart for the team.
You're not playing well for your country.
You told in the press conference, na? That why you only blaming the coach? Why you not questioning the batters?
Now the batters are saying, please.
Batters are saying, okay, we'll bat like that. You question us.
Or maybe they're playing this way because, to quote, use a football euphemism, lost the dressing room.
Lost the dressing room. I don't know. But
but at least in football you lose the dressing room over a period of time. Here,
it's been a year.
No, here this whole tamasha, you choosing to wash or dry your laundry out in the open, it just began 10 days back.
Did it?
Yeah, let's be honest about it.
No, okay, I'll give you an example. It's not started 10 days back. It started in Australia as well.
Yeah.
I know this for a fact, and I say this with a lot of responsibility. There was a time where Rishabh Pant wasn't very confident of holding his position. That Australian tour, and I know it from good sources that he felt that he was being targeted. Had he not been scoring runs, he thought that he would be out of the team. And this has been happening for some time now. I'm just giving an example of a Rohit Sharma today, who is not part of your testing, but just telling you what he's going through. He's not a happy chappy, as I mentioned earlier. He has felt that, and his statements and then the counter statements coming from the team management, all kind of indicative of the fact that they don't share a great rapport. So it's been happening for some time.
The whole Mr. Fix-It thing.
Yeah, you think Sanju Samson could be happy at the moment. You think Kuldeep Yadav could have been happy at the moment of being kept out of 5 test matches.
But the one thing that's different is this time what you've done is you have outrightly put the blame on the batters. You have outrightly said that skill by skill we're far behind. That is what that meant. You didn't take any names, but what you said there, we are lesser than the opposition, and that's making things personal. No time in the past was such a statement being made. Till then, or up till this point, the kind of statements we're number one, you would get a sense of bravado, you would get a sense of pride and confidence. All of that may have been blunted by now, and rightly so. But this whole blame game, and if this is how it's going to be, where batters are also, there's some sort of mutiny. No,
it's not a mutiny. They can't be. But I'm saying it'll take a toll on the team as well, right? If this is what you're told, if you're a batting unit, you're told on the eve of the test match, first you're told at the end of the last test match that this is exactly the pitch that we wanted, our batter should have done better. You've left them high and dry at that moment. Then before this test match starts, you are told that, I don't know why you guys, there is an agenda with people who are getting after the coaching staff, and nobody is questioning the batters. So you are throwing them under the bus. You have been throwing them. I'm not saying that alone has resulted in this poor batting performance, but I know that this Indian batting lineup is much better than what we have witnessed in this test
But then
match.
what is stopping these batters?
No, I'm saying this will make a dent. No, I'm saying it's all about I speak in front of the camera, and if I have been made to realize by my bosses that I'm atrocious in front of the camera, that I don't know how to speak, I make so many errors, next time I come to speak, I will be stuttering and stammering. I will be doing that. It'll take a toll. It's not that I would have changed as a person, or my skill level of speaking in front of the camera or reading a game would have changed overnight. But if I have been made to realize 4 times in the last 5 days that I'm a horrible presenter who can't, who doesn't know how to pronounce word or how to speak or how to stitch together a line or how to ask questions, if I've been told 4 back-to-back days out of the 5 days, the 6th day I'm not going to be the same person who will be able to execute the same skills which I may have had for some years in the past. It is going to take a toll. I don't think that's the only thing. I mean, again, jokes apart, to what Harshit said, I think there is a difference in skill level too, and I think that is the first thing to see, because I'll tell you, Simon Harmer is a fantastic bowler. He's a very good bowler, but it's not that India does not produce good off spinners. What did that Simon Harmer wicket to KL Rahul tell us? And I know KL Rahul will get a lot of hate now. People will be going after him, and as they should, and we will discuss KL Rahul's career so far as well. We'll talk about it. But before that, what is that particular dismissal telling us? Two very important things. One, that we have picked our off spinner basis of his batting. Our off spinner in the team has come because he's a good batter. South Africa have picked their best off spinner in the country to play for them. Simon Harmer will be the best off spinner in South Africa. That is why Simon Harmer is playing a test match for South Africa. Washington Sundar is not the best off spinner in India. Washington Sundar is part of an IPL franchise where he's predominantly playing as a batter. He's not getting a chance to bowl. He's a very good batter. He's 100 times better batter than Harmer, eyes closed. Who knows, he could be your number 3, I don't know, he could be. But is he the best off spinner? And you're not doing it now. I go back to Ravichandran Ashwin. When Ashwin was also there, are you telling me that Washington Sundar was a better off spinner than Ravichandran Ashwin?
No chance.
Not a chance.
But Washington Sundar played. That is where I go back to your team management. So when Simon Harmer takes that wicket of a KL Rahul, as much as we'll blame KL Rahul, it is also amazing skill, the drift, and a perfect off spinner's dismissal that he executed. The chances of an Indian off spinner doing that will be less, because his primary skill is now batting, not so much bowling. You've not taken your best off spinner. That's the first lesson that you learn from that. Secondly, it was an off spinner who's dismissed who? KL Rahul.
A right-hander.
A right-hander. He has dismissed a right-hander, and you were obsessed. You have got a Nitish Kumar Reddy, you've hardly used as a bowler, but you got him into the team. Why?
Matchups.
Because he is a right-hander. I need a right-hander. That is why you got him. You're not getting the best batters into the team. You're looking at the right-handers. That is where the mistake you're making, whether it is your batting, whether it is your bowling. And so that's what I'm saying. You are selecting team basis on what is the secondary skill that they offer. And that dismissal itself should have woken you up. In fact, why that dismissal? BGT should have woken you up. People talk about England, we were happy celebrating. Who knows, you would have won had you focused on playing conventional players in the England series. Maybe if Kuldeep was playing, the result could have been different. Maybe you took a Mohammad Shami instead of a Harshit Rana in certain occasions, could have been different in the BGT, because you would have used a out and out bowler, the one who can pick wickets and not somebody who can bat. And that is a mistake you've been making continuously, which has reached a situation where you are right now. And now we'll go gaga about Simon Harmer and we will bash KL Rahul and everything without realizing that you have erred in your team selection, in your thought process for Test match cricket.
Two big takeaways from me, and again, I hope at some point Indian cricket learns its lessons, because at the moment they're not. I've forever said this across formats: a good bowler is a good bowler, a good batter is a good batter. You don't have to see whether he's a right-hander or a left-hander. You cannot be selecting players based on matchups. There are too many coaches, and not Gautam Gambhir or let's say the present captain in Rishabh Pant. There are far too many captains over there. In fact, there have been successful Indian captains in the past as well who have read too much into matchups and selected players accordingly. But a right-handed batter not being able to play a leg spinner, that is no reason to not play a right-hander just because the ball goes away from the right-hander. You have to rely on the skill and the art of the batter. It is for the batter. A good batter will always score runs. It doesn't matter whether the ball is coming into the batter or the ball is going away. If the ball is going away, it is for the batter to make room and play it over extra cover then.
In fact, to take your point further, talking about matchups and this thing, Yashasvi Jaiswal, most of his dismissals in his Test career have come against left-arm bowlers. He takes on right-handers just fine. It's the left-handers who trouble him, and Jansen has consistently got him in this particular series. Matchups, he's troubled most by left-handers. The angle suiting him normally is what is troubling him the most.
You know, these matchups work in T20.
Correct.
And why it works is because the batter is looking to attack all the time. When he's looking to attack, what do? You want to take his scoring shots away. When you take his scoring shots away, he will play a false stroke. He will air the ball up in the air, and that's where you will get a wicket. That's where matchup works, because your mindset is defensive of containment. When you think of containment, which happens in T20 cricket, I don't think bowlers too much now are concentrating on picking wickets. That's how T20 cricket has become. That at the end of the day, runs will be scored, boundaries will be hit, every team has accepted it. Now, how do we minimize those boundaries being hit? That's where matchups come in. That's why you say, okay, there's a better chance that an off spinner might reduce the boundaries against a left-hand batter than a right-hander. That is why you go. But in Test match cricket, where you have to be pricing out wickets, you can't be looking at matchup. And then you cannot be picking players because of the secondary skill. I'll give you an example of South Africa. They have played Muthuswamy, okay, in the team only because he has, not just because he has batting skill, he's a very skillful spinner. And if he has come into the team, he still is a backup spinner to your main spinners in Maharaj and Harmer, who are your primary spinners. So if he comes in with an extra skill, he's still your backup. Our primary spinners become our backup spinners. If Ashwin, that's what I'm saying, if Harbhajan and Kumble, I said it as Harbhajan and Kumble, they wouldn't have played. The ideal way to have gone about things, if you're looking for all-rounder, is, if I had at that time, that I will play Harbhajan and Kumble. Now if I need some batting, Jadeja can be now my third spinner, because he will give me batting as well. So I will utilize Kumble, Harbhajan for majority of the time. Once they cannot get wickets and there's been a long partnership, now Mr. Jadeja, you come in, because your utility is that of a third spinner, but he's there to get me more runs. That is why. Same with a Jansen. A Jansen is not in the team because of his batting. If Jansen keeps getting 5s, 10s, for the rest of his batting, they'll still play him. He's there to pick up wickets. Yes, that's an added bonus on a given day. He came in, got to those 93 runs. But he's not in the team like that. But we will look at it, no. You know, maybe we need those 30 important runs. Can he get those 30 important runs for us at that stage? Oh, so let's go for somebody like that. I'm afraid that can't work. That is why you find yourself 27 for 2.
And it's one thing having tailenders who can bat, but then if that is entirely your thought process, A, then you're setting yourself up to fail. Two, the whole reason you wanted batting till 8 was to mitigate batting collapses. What have they done? It's made them worse. Consistent collapses have been happening in Test cricket since you've switched to this all-rounder first policy. Consistently. Why? Because everyone is trying to go for shots thinking, oh, cushion, batting till 8, batting till 8. No one's backing their skill anymore. The skill issue, it circles
skill
right
is
back.
the other big issue.
Circles right back.
I mean,
to it.
honestly telling you, I know everyone's itching to go to KL Rahul, but Sai Sudarshan, 25 deliveries that he's faced today, cat on a hot tin roof. I don't know. Again, I go back to he came through IPL, and this is what happens when you bring players through IPL. He had a 30 something average in first class cricket, and you got him. And today it showed you how he was playing the spinners. He was, plumb leg before at that time, only saved by an umpire's call. Impact. And how that happened was, and that's where the technique comes into play. He had no clue about that delivery. No clue, just pushed his pad in. And he is your number 3 that you're grooming. And now I go back to earlier, we were told that he's come not because of, don't always look at domestic record, he's passed the eye test, he looks good. I'm sorry, even with the eye test today against the spinner.
It was terrible.
Terrible in terms of technique. That sweep that he played, all over the place. If that is the player that you're grooming to be number 3, I'm sorry, it speaks a lot about the depth in Indian cricket. Either there is no depth or you're not ready to look at players with that depth. I don't know if he can be the number 3. If you are betting on him to be your number 3, then you're backing the wrong horse.
This sends such a wrong message to those out there, and the younger generation will not be looking at honing its skills in the Ranji Trophy then, or in any other domestic competition. I'm sorry to say, if you have an example at the moment in front of the entire country where your test specialists, your red ball specialists are sitting out there under the sun with nobody to ask them about what their whereabouts are like, what are their future prospects as far as the Indian team is concerned. There's nobody looking at them right now. Some of them have even lost their place in the A team. How is it that the future generations will feel that I can get into the test team or fall in love with the game because this is exactly what I want to do and this is the way that I'll chart? But if you're going to be picking players through IPL, how is anyone going to be respecting Ranji Trophy? How is anyone going to be respecting any of your domestic competitions? Then only, play SMAT. Because SMAT, somebody will come, some Rizvi will come, then some other player will come, somebody will score 5 sixes, Suyash Hegde will have a strike rate of 168 or 198 and will get picked. Mumbai batter, whatever, then, players who've seen him in close quarters will go ahead, tell the name to the franchise, will then make his way to the T20 side, will then further, if he has a good run, make his debut for the Indian team. That's not how it's going to work. And there's a Sarfaraz over there lying high and dry, nobody to ask for. He's lost his place in the India A side. It's not going to work like that.
It's not even technique. Today, I think there is a little bit more than the technique. There's something amiss in terms of how India came out to bat as well in the second inning. I just spoke about Sai Sudarshan looking all at sea. That is actually down to the technique. KL Rahul also, but the thing is, KL Rahul, we've often questioned on temperament. He's seldom been found guilty of the technique area. Same with Yashasvi Jaiswal. I think he's a much better batter than what he has shown us today. He has shown you in the past. In tough conditions also he's gotten run. Against tough bowlers also he's gotten run. There has to be something more. What I saw, and that's why, there was a time where South Africa were batting for so long, and I was wondering, what is it that they're thinking? Why would they not want to push for a result? I guess I have the answer now. Maybe they were so confident of this Indian team that they would get them in 3 sessions would be more than enough for them, that they decided to bat on. Or they really wanted to rub their noses into the ground because that would have made a difference in how they approach. Because I don't know how you see, but in terms of body language today, throughout the day, I think this is the most flat that I've seen the Indian team. I knew from the time when there was no chatter from Rishabh Pant, someone who could just not stop talking. Today there was no chatter from Rishabh Pant. was telling me that there is something amiss. Either it was that situation was like that because they know they are done and dusted in this test match, because they have no hope, because South Africa succeeded in rubbing their noses into India's noses into the ground, or the dressing room is not a happy place. Things may have blown up, I don't know. But today, the way the Indian team was on the field, low on body language, the way the batters have come out to bat. I mean, for Yashasvi Jaiswal, honestly, I don't think I've said it before. Again, he's not even a young spring chicken who we've not seen play long innings. We know he can do that. But somehow I felt he was not keen to come out and bat today.
In fact,
body language.
I remember having a couple of very good moments in the field though. I remember him, it was around drinks or what, perhaps not even drinks, change of overs, where he was jolly well posing for pictures with Jasprit Bumrah. They were having a good,
I don't know what he was doing
sort
in the
of a
field,
moment.
But as a batter, he was trying
that
to hit.
shot wasn't on, and we have not seen that from Yashasvi for the first time. Let's be honest about it. He likes playing the cut shot, he likes scoring his run square of the wicket, and it's not the first time we've seen him give away his wicket like that.
4 times in the last 8 innings, second innings, he's been dismissed playing the cut shot. In the final innings of a test match, out of his last 8 dismissals, 4 have been playing the cut shot. I agree, but it's not just his dismissal that I'm talking about. It was his entire state, attitude, demeanor throughout it. I mean, I'm just saying those short pitch deliveries by Jansen, he wasn't sure what he's going to do. And again, that's not an issue with him.
Yeah.
It's never been an issue. He's faced quicker bowlers in quicker conditions and has found.
They were talking about the shadow bit though at that time, I remember, and I wasn't just willing to take everything that the commentators were saying at face value. I tried to be a little observant, and I felt that maybe there was a case over there to be made that yes, it was very awkward the way that the shadow was coming, and of course the height of Marco Jansen also to be taken into. Maybe it took you some time to get used to it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But that shot's not on.
I'll
that
disagree.
shot is not on.
I always have one simple thing. When it comes to trying to figure out ridiculous excuses, I ask myself, how would I respond if the English team was saying something like this?
Yeah.
If the English team was saying something like this, we'd be calling them out. I really hope no one says.
Go at that.
Yeah, we're saying, what is this nonsense? And rightfully so. If they're making shadow excuses, then no, I don't think that's it.
There's a light meter there. You see it. It's fine to play. Bat on, yeah.
The shadow thing.
And I'm sure shadows have come in the past as well. No?
See,
tennis, shadows come.
There was just a patch. There was just a patch over there.
Djokovic is not complaining now.
Joko, when it comes, he also complains about 1,000 things. Also we've seen.
But he knows how to win.
Speaking about excuses,
he knows how to win. He does those excuses to trouble his opponent. In those conditions, also he'll win. He does to trouble. I'm saying you have one time one court is dark, one side is bright. Play, come on.
Also, what?
Practice in these conditions.
You're talking about dressing downs and everything. I remember, and I was there because I was there in the morning and I was watching every session. There was at one point towards the end of the first session where, or it was I think during the tea break, where the broadcasters showed before the start of day's play, Gambhir talking to all of the players standing in a circle. He was appearing very strict. I know he's not exactly the type of guy who will be laughing and slapping bags, but he looked very strict and there was a lot of finger wagging going on. And at that point in time, the players also, at least some of the players who the cameras cut to, they looked deflated. I don't know if that played a part. I don't know what has been said in the dressing room. I'm assuming if that's what we saw in the public, then what happens behind closed doors may have been harsher. But I don't know. I think this is not a happy dressing room.
It is. I'm just saying, with that time that India, see again, when that target was given, okay, what was India's only hope? You can bat out 3.5 sessions. That's all you had to do. Bat out 3.5 sessions and eke out a draw, which is your first go-to. It's not that Indian teams in the past haven't done it. It's not that we couldn't have been confident of this team also doing it. They could have. Despite our jokes about the pitch, it's still not got those many demons that it's become a minefield. It's not even that. You could have backed an Indian team to have done it. I went back to Napier, Lakshman and a Gambhir doing it, and then various other examples. It's a possibility you could do it. But the way they've come out to bat from the word go, the way Yashasvi was looking in the crease, looking unsure against short pitch deliveries, taken by surprise as in he's just been woken up. all tells me that there's something amiss. Either they're not clued in, it's not, the concentration levels are not there, whether something else is bothering them, I don't know. It just can't be South African bowling and the pitch at the moment. It has to be a lot of things to do externally. As I said, maybe the physical toll or the mental toll has been taken by the fact that, you're staring at 2-0, that sometimes bothers you. Or South Africa today rubbed your noses in the ground where they kept batting, deflated you further, and that has played a role in your batting. It just didn't look like usually I would have wanted this Indian batting lineup to come and be assured of what they're doing with their technique and let runs come. You should have ended this day at 30 for no loss. It wouldn't have been a big surprise. I think that's the least you were asking. You're not doing that. You're just not looking from everyone. The only one who would be happier is Kuldeep Yadav, who you kept joking that Kuldeep should now, he's batted 100 balls, he'll get number 4. There you go, he's got number 4.
He got number 4. He's got number 4. And he scored a 4.
Though, of course,
night watchman is the whole thing.
Night watchman. But who knows, maybe in the future he will get. If he bats another 100 deliveries here, everyone else gets out. This think tank might just say,
we found our next
another
great.
all-rounder.
And this time, not just any kind of all-rounder, wrist spin bowling all-rounder.
Chinaman.
Oof.
And they will still not play him because of his bowling. Because, he can bat.
Oh, God. No, but I think skill issues also come into play. I remember we were watching, and I remember the last session, we're downstairs here watching, and Harsh is asking me, he's like, how is Harmer getting that much spin? I said, because he's bowling it slow through the air. Washington, on average, his speeds were in the late 80s. Jadeja was consistently pushing it above 90. On a pitch where bowling it slow, giving it some revs was getting you turn. Maharaj was bowling it in the late 70s. So was Harmer. And they were getting so much turn. They were using skill to get some drift. Skill. Where is the skill?
You have skillful bowlers. But the problem is they are in domestic cricket and they can't
play. They can't bat.
They can't bat. And that's why they're...
Jalat Saxena can bat, right? Just to throw a name out there. He's a spin bowling all-rounder.
Yeah.
Jalat Saxena can bat.
Oh, this whole business of, again, I remember just going back to that point of matchups and all, the other point that I wanted to raise was again, if again this will not be an eye-opener, I don't know what else will be. That New Zealand series as well, look at that squad, and I just ask you, how many formats will you find them in?
Formats? He doesn't play home test for New Zealand.
How many formats will you find Simon Harmer in? This is the lesson for Indian cricket. Please value your specialists. They win you matches like nobody else does, especially on benign pitches, especially on pitches which require high skill to pick wickets. I agree this was not a wicket where you could have had wickets tumble left, right and centre, but this was a pitch that required you to set batters up. This was a pitch that required those longer spells. This was a pitch that required patience. All of those things missing. When you put all of those things together, that's what makes for skill. And that wasn't there.
You're not seeing patience even now.
You're not seeing patience, I'm seeing survival. It's not patience. There's a key difference between someone who's looking to bat long, but is backing his instinct, backing his temperament, backing his technique. I can't believe I'm about to say this name, but Tristan Stubbs. He has at one point, I think he was at like 20 runs of 100 balls.
Yeah.
See where he ended up later on.
And he's also a T20 batter.
This is somebody who finished the IPL with a strike rate in excess of 170.
Yeah.
He had the highest strike rate, which was in the 190s, and it was the highest in the death overs last season.
And he's batting like a test batter.
But he's adapted, no? He's respected the format that is test cricket. And he's ready to grind it out. That's why he's in the test team. If it was South Africa were thinking like India, Temba Bavuna would have been made the T20 captain. Because he's so good in test match cricket.
To be fair, that was the case at one point in time.
Yeah, but they
realized
it was a mistake.
Yeah.
They realized it was a mistake. And they had to course correct. And they've done it.
And it's not just him, by the way. Someone like a Mulder, he came in and was playing a kind of a pinch hitter kind of knock to begin with. Even the balls he was hitting, he looked in control. It's like that one. There was one I remember he played a cover drive through. It was Washington, and they didn't have a cover sweeper cover. He picked that shot. He's saying, okay, he's bowling it wide. I'll just go for it. Nothing, just a timing shot. I'm like, okay, that's smart cricket. You're not looking to hike. You're not looking to whack. You're not looking to play, I don't know, white ball shots, for lack of a better term. You were playing proper cricketing shots. So Tony DeZorzi, unfortunate to miss out on a 50, batted very well. He was also playing conventional cricket. Every one of them is playing conventional cricket. And they were getting runs.
But that's why I said India is trying to play conventional cricket. Second inning is not happening. I don't know.
Because they don't have the skill to play. They've lost that habit of playing on traditional Indian tracks. You've lost that habit. That's the only logic I can think of. You're used to those lottery pitches. You'll go swing your bat, get 30 runs. You know, one ball's coming with your name on it. You've lost the habit.
Also, perhaps I think today was just the second day, I would say, in the last so many months of Test cricket. One of those days also came in England where the opposition was just, all over you. There was just one such day that came in England, and I believe it was in Manchester, and now today. Where
Not today, yesterday also.
You've been flattened out.
2 days in a row.
You've been flattened out. Nothing going your way.
Actually, day 2, 3, 4. All days.
Yeah.
Day 1 was the only day where you said, okay, they're somewhat still in the contest because it was like 240 odd for 6. Get them out under 300, this is a very different game.
It would have been a different
After that, not quite.
Where India would probably psychologically also pull down is because I think South Africa just not declaring. No, I doubt if anybody expected after that leader grew to about 500 that they'd continue to bat even after the first session.
But that's what I said. I don't know what they were trying to get because India, see, at lunch, any possibility of India win were out.
Yeah.
See, why do you bat? You want to shut the door on the opposition, right? Completely. You don't want to even leave a little bit of chance. At 508 at lunch, that door was shut firmly. Not even a slight gap left. In 4 sessions, India wouldn't have got 500. No chance. Okay? So that door was shut. Now you only had 2 options, a draw or a South Africa win. So why not give yourself 4 sessions instead of 3? I thought. But now, I guess, they were wiser than us because they knew. Why should we waste our time?
But this is the opposition knowing the Indian team better than India know themselves.
No. India didn't know themselves.
That's what. If the opposition thought that 3 sessions, a little over 3 is enough to get this team out, then India maybe don't know their skills and they don't know what they're up to. Then
India can think whatever they want to.
Then India run their own bubble. If you're really at home, can't back yourself to last a little over 3 sessions, and you're enabling the opposition to think on those lines, I think then this is the death knell.
I don't know. Maybe
this is a new low. Then
South Africa would be like, where do we need 4 sessions? Yeah.
And notably, one thing which I realized.
3.5 hours more than enough.
What I realized was in the last session, the last hour that they were batting, Stubbs notably upped his ante. Why? He would have been told by the team management, listen, we're giving you a little more time, go for your 100. He went for his 100.
Yeah, they waited actually for his 100.
Yeah. At that point, once he got out, Timber was like, no, you guys come. And by the way, you're talking about counter-attacking and this thing. He, I think, had a very high success rate for both his sweeps as well as his reverse sweeps. The only 2 sweeps he missed were the 2 balls where he was one setup and we got out. Prior to that, he was playing the reverse sweeps like it was. And see, that's the thing. It's about picking your moments. We criticized the English batters when they came to India for only going for the sweep shot. But Stubbs wasn't only going for the sweep shot. He was defending. He grinded them down. And then when he realized, okay, they're tired now, I'll go for it. I'll counter-attack. They would know what hit them. Smart batting. Basic Test cricket, smart batting.
KL Rahul. We got asked yesterday, is it going to be his final Test inning?
Who do you replace him with?
No, I don't think it's going to be his final Test inning. But I also, he's played 67, 68 Test matches. He's averaging there.
36.
When is he going to step up and save a Test match for India at home? Yeah, he's played a few fine knocks.
Away from home.
You think of a knock at home.
That 100 he got against West Indies was the first 100 he had in, I think, I don't know how many years. The first 100 at home.
Yeah, but I'm talking about you invest 67 Test matches into a player for days like this, no?
No, I agree. I agree. While I've really liked the guy, but and I, it's for everyone to acknowledge. He acknowledges the fact that he's in the twilight of his career as well now. The first innings of his career is over. He's now into his second innings. He may not be twilight, I'll just rephrase, but he's definitely in the second innings of his career and there's no third innings coming. So probably just his only chance to show that he he can justify all that faith that's been shown in him. He's also very lucky in the sense that he's lasting this whole churn that's happened in Indian cricket over the last few years as well, where you've seen the Rahanes and the Pujaras and the Virats and the Rohits go out of the system, but he still managed to say, perhaps also down to the versatility of the man, that you've had him open, you've had him play in the middle order. So in that regard, I'll say credit to him for making himself relevant and making himself that versatile. However, when the teams for now more than a year given you that kind of a faith, just about a year now, it started with the BGT, where you're now being told, okay, you will play right up top, especially that England series, that experience came in handy, but you've really got to step it up. He doesn't have too many chances now where he can wait for things to average out. You need greater level of consistency from KL Rahul. Otherwise, he would have just let the entire system and himself down. For the caliber that he's had, he's not justifying his position and that caliber.
I mean, 60 odd tests is what England gave Josh Butler, and he was clearly never fit for the format.
Okay.
But then once they went away from him, they never looked back. They've done the same with a Johnny Bairstow.
Yeah, but they found the likes of a Zach Crowley after that. Now that's
My
not
point.
saying much.
I'm not.
India are also looking. See, there aren't too many people when you look at the top order.
Abhimanyu Iswaran.
Maybe you can name a couple of
But
them
my
for
point
Indian
is-
conditions. Overseas will again be struggling.
But we haven't seen evidence of that now. How would you know that, Harshit, till you try someone? I'm just saying, Abhimanyu Ishwaran, okay, he's not in great form right now. But when he was in great form, he came into the team. You never played him. Never played him.
You never played him using the excuse that, oh, he doesn't do well in the India A tours, so he's only a domestic stalwart.
But the ones who are doing good in India A tours also don't. Sarfraz does very well in A tours.
When he was playing, yes.
But he's not playing now.
Your parameters changed according to the players. No, you also, I understand where it is that this criticism comes, that where basically this is a favourites 11. It's like, oh, I see this player, I see something in him, and I'm going to back him until he gets...
Favourite or whom? KL Rahul has been playing different managements also.
He's a favourite of the team management then, even through this thing. I'm sure they see something in him. It's just at which point do you wake up and smell the coffee? When do you say enough is enough?
See, maybe it's, as I said, the versatility. It's the fact that he can keep as well. You may not always. You may not.
Now you're thinking like white ball.
Yeah, you've got influence
but he in England he did, right?
But you've now got Jurel and Pant both playing in your team.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know how he does. See, we've seen it happen. Different skill sets, okay, good. Come in.
Utter madness, if that is the case. Utter madness. Because again, I think you're waiting at this point. KL was potential years back. KL is still potential. And when are we reaching that point where that potential will come good? Where is it? His best showings also, by the way, were in the England series. Did he get 100?
Yeah. England.
Yeah. I don't think he got 100. He had consistently good displays, but I don't think he got 100 this time around.
Just can't remember.
Yeah.
No, I think he did once.
100.
I think he did one.
100. Yeah.
He did get one.
Yeah, and I would expect more. And I can see why I tell you that the parameters change consistently is that KL is seen as someone who you are backing or you keep backing because he plays well overseas. Rahane was the same. Why did you drop Rahane? Because he struggled against spin bowling in home conditions.
That's why I told you don't name him captain. See, after that he started looking clueless. I know different format, but every time...
The pressure is there.
Yeah. He did well in IPL as soon as he gave up that...
Captaincy hope. Thing. The 1 year he did
should
it.
have done that here. Doing it again. And this, the way he got out, again, I repeat, Hammer, great bowler, everything. He's...
Across the line.
Yeah,
very uncharacteristic also.
Now, yeah.
Very uncharacteristic.
It's not a Hazelwood outside the off-stump delivery which he had no option but to nick, na?
He played across the line. He left a gate open between bat and pad. It's the most white ball dismissal ever.
Yeah.
It's the most white ball dismissal ever.
And too bad, the ball spins what?
6.2 degrees.
2 degrees.
Lord's 100, Leeds 137. ठीक है, fair. Okay, he did well there in benign batting conditions.
I guess you don't have
any faith in Abhimanyu Iswaran. You don't have any faith in anyone else.
Okay, before we take a viewer's question, what is happening on the final day?
We're losing.
Yeah.
Anybody seeing a Napier?
No. No. And I'm old enough to remember Napier.
Yeah.
Thankfully, a lot of our fans may not be.
I was at the ground.
At the moment, I doubt if many in the 11 also remember Napier because you don't
Despite
value
the head coach being, by the way, one of those heroes of that.
I genuinely, I'm not saying this to make a joke out of things. I doubt if in those conversations at the moment where the kind of cricket that you're playing, I doubt if those innings are even valued right now.
Oh, they will be valued if someone plays that inning now.
Yeah.
Somebody does a VVS
No,
Lakshman,
what
Gautam
you go
Gambhir
ahead
with
and the
Napier
way
now,
that you-
they will be appreciated.
No, I'm saying
Really? Hanuma Vihari?
because if you had that kind of a mindset, you would have played very
We
differently in the
appreciated
first innings.
Ashwin and Vihari.
We appreciated Hanuma so much, we sent him back to domestic cricket where he's now playing in plate division.
That's okay, but
No,
I'm
I'm
saying
just
at that
saying,
time
if you-
the
if you-
salute was there.
For
all
you
of
to
that.
be even close to Napier, you wouldn't have then batted the way that you did in the first innings, where you showed that sense of urgency. Not Test cricket, how it's played.
It's just not test cricket.
What if, I don't know, a Jurel and a Jadeja do a Lakshman and a...
I mean, really appreciate it then. But I'm just saying, looking at the team lineup the way it is, I'm putting no hopes on it, none whatsoever.
2-0 is what you're saying.
Yeah. The first 2-0 or the first time
Not
South
even
Africa.
any rain prediction.
No, there's no rain. There's no chance of rain.
I think there's ample happening already on the pitch. Last day it'll crumble even more. God save India.
Actually, I can't, no matter how optimistic I may want to be, I can't see anything other than a South Africa win here. 2-0, and if that were to happen, 2 series losses in a matter of 12 months at home, and both whitewashes, something that previously had never happened in the history of Indian cricket. Now to have
No, it had happened. Prior to New Zealand, you had lost 2-0 in a home series, 2-test series, to South
anything
Africa.
less than 2. I mean, anything
Yeah.
less than 3
Yeah.
match.
Okay.
That hadn't happened. In a 3-test match and more.
Yeah, once I think West Indies, the other time I think Australia.
South Africa. 99-2000, it was South Africa.
2000 it was whitewash.
Yeah, 2-0. You played 2 tests, you lost both.
Yeah. And so now, if it was to happen now, back to back,
It'll be the most disastrous moment in the last year.
it will
The most
be
disastrous in the last year?
I don't know, but probably the lowest ebb in Indian cricket.
Yeah, you've never
Period.
had 2 whitewashes in a year.
No, if we say Test cricket is
The
The-
format.
Paramount.
yeah,
Right.
then
Ultimate.
the lowest moment in Test cricket will have to amount to the lowest moment in your country's cricket.
Correct.
If Test cricket is indeed, as you say, the pinnacle of the sport, then it will be that.
Yeah.
And I think Indian cricket, Test cricket, I'm sure we'll discuss that more at length tomorrow, is at a crossroads where some drastic decisions will have to be taken. Some heads will have to roll. Some rethinking needs to be done. That England series, which we celebrated, which was not a win and yet we celebrated, which we now have learnt we should not have celebrated,
Despite the fact that the coach also celebrated it.
yeah, is long gone. It's long gone.
And even then, I know it's hindsight speaking, but that was up against a baseball England, who are known for throwing
Play the
away
opposition.
winnings.
That's fine. You play the opposition.
I mean, still.
History will remember
still.
it as an away tour. Simple as that. You went to England.
History will remember it as the highest point of Gigi's coaching in tests.
In Test.
In tests.
They
Not
might
West
talk
Indies
about
series win.
Huh? No, then Bangladesh also
2-0,
can
yeah.
count. No, Bangladesh also should count then.
no Champions Trophy.
Stalwarts such as
Test
Mushfiqur
you
Rahim.
said, no?
No, I'm thinking just test. Pinnacle obviously then is white
But
ball if you're
Champions
taking
Trophy, as Rohit said, it's basically down to
Rahul Dravid. It's the same team. Same can be said for Asia Cup then also. No?
But Asia Cup is not an ICC tournament. It's not even a Test series.
Exactly. It's a nothing tournament.
Though it became very big because of the controversies this time.
Yeah.
But to put it into context, it's fine.
Yeah, no biggie.
Yeah. I mean, it's now, I mean, quite look at it, the competition in Asia is pretty much,
It's dismal.
yeah.
And that's me being polite.
India head and shoulders above everyone else in white ball.
Haan,
cricket. Though the rising Asia Cup,
Yeah.
Rising stars.
that is one of the most weirdest. The entire tournament was weird. There was something amiss with the Indian team. The kind of things they were doing in that entire tournament.
That Bangladesh match.
My only question is, it was the rising Asia Cup. Everyone, okay, fine, rising players. Your captain is 32, 33.
He's my age, 31.
He's not rising anymore.
He's risen. He's played match-winning knocks for India. Won an IPL. Rising. From where?
Anyway, rising Asia Cup. What decisions were made? God only knows.
No, that way, for that matter, as we were joking on that the day of the dugout when that India-Bangladesh match was happening, Siddharth is telling me this is Akbar Ali. He's the Bangladesh captain. He was the Bangladesh captain when they won the under-19. That was 5 years back. He's still rising. The vice captain was also the vice captain in that thing. They're still rising.
For the rest of the countries, I can understand because they don't have that
much resource.
Big talent pool like India.
True.
So to India's credit, they had an A team playing South Africa. And the main team playing South Africa.
Correct.
And then you sent a rising star team.
Which is a C team, let's be fair.
Yeah, but even that team, things they were doing, I never get around to. Weird thing that were happening in that.
Horrible.
But the more I see of this KL Rahul shot, please don't show me. Really angers me. What was he doing?
White ball. What
was he doing?
No, that's a white ball shot. It takes me back to a lot of Kohli dismissals against the likes of Sunil Narayan, Varun, or even Moeen Ali. The same ball.
But the ball will be much straighter. They won't spin this much.
Doesn't matter. The shot is
the
poor.
ball would spin around the fifth stump line, then get in. He would play for more turn, and it won't turn that much, and gone.
The shot was wrong. It doesn't matter how much it spun. If he'd had his bat at the right place, would have probably ended up blocking it.
Missed everything.
They missed everything except the stumps.
Chalo, let's take some questions.
Pawan Bharadwaj says, "Are Team India playing against the coach? Lost the dressing room."
I mean, we don't know. We can't say it with a lot of guarantee at the moment, whether that's the case or not. But I mean, the kind of statements that came out ahead of the test match not looking good, and the Indian team has looked deflated. Wouldn't deny that. They have looked deflated.
Greg Chappell, not Chappell, says
such creative people.
He's got a picture of Greg in the India this thing also.
Yeah.
Very clever.
Says King has arrived and India either drawing or losing, so another test series loss. He's also spelt out a fact for us. Says it will be history as GG will become the first Indian coach to lose 2 home test series. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, actually.
He's arrived in Mumbai. I don't know. I saw pictures of him at his Delhi home also. No, was that must have been somewhere old then.
Might be old then because he's in Mumbai here.
Look at this.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. This is for the game on the 30th.
Well, I must say his airport style has ever been the same. Loose t-shirts, loose jackets.
That's smart. You should travel comfortably.
It's been consistent.
London to Mumbai is not a short flight either. Absolutely not. Yeah, can we go back to the comments, please?
No, we're just watching Virat Kohli. He's in Mumbai. That's why I'm saying everything will be forgotten soon.
2 days later, you're playing ODI.
You're celebrating Roko Jodi back again at home
on Sunday.
Oh. So you've got Harit Yadav says, let's respect Hardik and Shreyas. The guys had the guts to come out and say they won't play red ball cricket anymore. Treat red ball as a sport, not a cultural duty. Agree?
Yeah.
Obviously used a different word, but
yeah. No. But just to a larger point as well. I think in their case it was. I don't think their body allowed them.
Which is fair, but actually a lot of old this thing might have said that no, doesn't matter. National duty, this, that. They said no, boss, we can't play. If we play red ball, then white ball, our careers are done. Never mind.
They do realize if they put their bodies on the line, that hampers so much of their growth in so many other aspects than just cricket.
Correct.
And you got to take a call. You're a professional after all. Veshak CV 1991 says, is India batting back to the 90s? It felt like old YouTube clips today.
But I'll tell you one thing. I know 90s was a decade where Indian cricket underachieved. especially with the kind of talent they had. But please don't tell me that 90s team at home,
They would have still won test matches.
yeah, they wouldn't have lost like this. I'm sorry. I don't think an opener in the 90s would have been caught playing an off spinner, trying to flick him, leaving that big gap between bat and pad, and then trying to flick him rather than show the full face of bat.
From way outside off.
I don't think that would have happened in the 90s. Certainly
all.
not. Definitely not. Your batters of Mohammad Azharuddin and Sachin Tendulkar and Sidhu and later Dravid and Ganguly wouldn't be doing this. Yeah. Son is talking 90s now.
90s.
Shivam.
2 decades before that.
Naveen Narayan says, I don't see the passion or the aggression among any of our players playing, especially in India lately. Comparison with overseas tours might be one of the reasons for our downfall, and I want GG kicked. I'm sure he means kicked out, but yeah.
I mean, passion, aggression, though I've seen. I don't know. I have.
Do those words together remind you of somebody?
There is no passion.
Yeah.
There is no aggression. There is no vision. R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah.
Hey, he passed away. Angry Ant-Man. That was the guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah. Fellow Chelsea fan. I loved watching his stuff.
Yeah. Last year I remember
Yeah, it
having
was
a
last
tribute.
year.
I know. Now do you say I recall that?
He ended up getting like an RIP sort of a banner at Stamford Bridge when
Yeah.
it happened. The fans that actually organized it. It's a sweet thing to acknowledge.
Yeah, I know that he was racially abused at that time. Like, you know, that how would you know? Because it became popular and, you know, the English fans were like...
Too popular.
And English fans are a little too snootish when
Yeah,
it comes
like,
to their...
like, how would you know about...
yeah, but my point is people, when they start investing, they do invest.
Yeah.
You can't question the passion and you can't then be hypocritical that, oh, we'll take the foreign influx money which comes to buy 125 million pound strikers, but you guys aren't fans. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Unfair.
Yeah, but I don't think passion and aggression is an issue. Though I've seen it, I pointed out earlier, I've seen it in this test match, especially today, the entire day. Very flat Indian team. As I said, the best parameter to test that is, you know, the shore meter near Rishabh Pant
Was nil.
was nil. When he is quiet for majority of the test match, you knew the rest of the team was kind of flat too. And then that reflected on their batting, the way that they were batting.
Correct. Ashish Dhar says, putting on numbers to point out the point I was making, that South African spinners were getting on average 3.9 degrees turn at an average speed of 83 kilometers per hour. The Indian spinners were getting 2.7 degrees on average turn with a speed of around 90 kmph. Indian spinners are more dependent on pitches than skill.
Sums up the story.
Yeah, we are used to pitches be crazy.
This is something that we discussed as well earlier in the program. See, the broadcaster has also done with test match. White ball,
3 years back.
white ball highlights.
3 years back.
3 years back.
Watch MCG, 23rd October. Come on, yaar.
Utter madness.
This is next level whitewashing.
Whitewashing.
अभी मेरे घर में
White
खत्म
ball
हुई है
washing.
यहाँ पर भी आके
White
whitewash
ball
देखो.
washing.
White ball washing.
Terrible. Naveen Narayan says you're busy kicking out senior players instead of developing a young player and you pay the price. And I'm happy as long as India lose under Gambhir. Yikes, Naveen Narayan. Yikes.
But you know, actually look at Naveen Narayan's post, putting into context. I mean, he's also an Indian fan. For him also to be wishing ill for the Indian team would take a lot.
Yeah, it would.
So imagine how much pain he may have gone through to have wished ill for the Indian team. I think that is also a reflection of how much we all care and how much we are all invested. And that is why I say you can't let, you know, test cricket just go on like that, you know, it's transition. By the way, that transition bogey is also been called out. I like what Cheteshwar Pujara said. There's no transition. This is not a team in transition. A lot of people have played. They've been playing for a long time. Transition would be the multiple players vanish and then completely new set of players come. That's also not there. So there's no transition. If that's not the case, then you also can't have that long a rope. Nah? How long a rope there was for Karun Nair? One series.
And he's old apparently, but KL is
One
still
series.
developing.
Then everyone should be judged accordingly. Where is the coaching staff?
Oh,
of players?
transition is a very wrongly used word in Indian cricket's context. Very wrongly used word. Even Yashasvi Jaiswal has played in excess of 25 matches now. KL Rahul has played in excess of 60 matches. Jasprit Bumrah has played along the same lines those many matches. Siraj too. Kuldeep perhaps less than
But he's still
Yashasvi.
experienced, no?
But he's
been
got the
playing for a long time.
experience.
Yeah.
But he's got the experience. And obviously in any team you'll have a couple of these guys who would have played less matches. Look at South Africa for example. Not like you were up against a team cumulatively that had played some 600 matches or something. Nothing like that.
Nothing like that. How many 100 test players are there in the South Africans? Not many.
Yeah.
There aren't that many because for one, they don't play that many tests.
Yeah.
In a WTC cycle, they're playing 2, 6 or 12 tests. That's it.
Yeah. Disorzi, whether it's Stubbs, whether it's Rickleton.
Even at Temba.
Temba, okay, I'll still say been playing for some time.
Yeah. He's one of the more experienced players. Other than that, they've got Brevis who's on the bench. He's played maybe a couple of test matches, I think. There's not that many guys who have that many test matches. Temba 66.
Yeah.
That means he's played less test matches than KL Rahul. Are you kidding me? Jesus.
Yeah. And yet he's not upcoming.
And yet he's a WTC champion.
Yeah, that he is.
He's a WTC
Your
champion.
the WTC 2-0 here is done.
You're done and dusted. Even if it's not 2-0, you're done and dusted. You're done. Are you winning 2 matches in Sri Lanka? Are you for sure winning 2 matches in New Zealand?
Are you winning all 5 against Australia?
Fat chance. Fat chance.
Now you won't even know what pitches to make when
Pitches.
Australia comes.
Exactly. They'll again bring Todd Murphy out from the cold. Come kid, you come again.
Last time it was swastika. This time you'll have to come up with something else.
This time you'll come up with, I don't know, like some sort of an 8-point pentagram, 5-star, all that
Hexagon you will make this time.
Yeah.
David Starr.
Yeah. It's all you're left with at this point in time. Faraz Ahmed says, I prefer a coach who's working tirelessly and grinds it out in the engine room of the team instead of someone who's polarizing and has made the discourse all about himself. Miss the days of Dravid and Kirsten.
I don't know whether he made the discourse about himself, but as things have turned out now, it has become a discourse about him.
It has.
It has, But I think that's also, there's valid reason, I think, because again, see, you don't have those big personalities in the team, right? Earlier, there used to be Virat, Rohit, you would discuss that, to an extent Ashwin. Now, you don't even have that. Shubman Gill was that guy that you would be discussing is injured.
But it's interesting you're mentioning this. Is this not by design?
That they are not in the team. Yeah, no, but see, again, I go back. They retired on their own call. Yes.
They were nudged. Let's be fair.
They were nudged, but again, they were nudged. No doubt, but they could have stuck around. I would have been a bit thick-skinned about it if I was in their place.
And see, that is, to be fair, they've done that in ODI cricket.
Drop me if you can.
Drop me if you can. I'll make runs. I still say if
Kohli... You're right, what they're doing in ODI.
I still maintain if Kohli had not retired, gone to play in England, he would have gotten more runs than Gill. And then you'd have been like, drop me, please.
Not necessarily 700 or plus runs, not easy, but he would have gotten runs.
700 plus. One of the reasons Gill could get so much was because the middle order was up and down.
No James Anderson, no Broad. There's nobody like a Boland or a Stark to bowl you or Hazelwood to bowl you consistently on the 5th stump line. How is it that you wouldn't have scored? No chance Virat wouldn't have not scored runs over there.
Their best seamer was someone who I was a big fan of in Chris Wokes, bowling in conditions that do not suit him at all.
And he was no success this time around.
Exactly. Because he is basically an all-round version of Jimmy Anderson. He needs swinging conditions. You weren't giving him swinging conditions.
What a battle those Stokes versus Kohli would have been.
I would have been something.
Stokes, better bowler than a batter.
Ben Stokes versus... Crystal Days says, Nikhil sir, you've got Harmer who's played 235 first-class matches, bowled 55,794 balls, 1,088 wickets, and that's in rather flat wickets. Why are the Indian batters in a hurry? No one wants to stay in the chase apart from the tailenders.
Exactly what I pointed out yesterday. I pointed this out yesterday, Crystal Days, that, South Africa reached their 489 batting 6 sessions.
No.
That's how you reach. India wanted to do that in 3 sessions. And now you're so far behind the game, you don't even know what to do.
Yeah, do you play for the draw? You play for the draw, you're losing the series anyway. Yeah. Do you play somehow for an improbable win? Then you'll get whitewashed.
I don't think the word win can be mentioned in the dressing room right now. This is about saving grace.
But saving what
Win
grace?
is, how can you win?
And what grace are you
No,
saving?
no chance of
Win
winning.
500 runs.
This is
And
about
what grace are you saving?
whatever.
It's like one.
This is about ensuring this stays 1-0.
Session.
Not a chance. This batting, not a way. No.
but
No,
no
any
batting would
batting.
have-
Any batting.
I'm saying this batting in particular, I'll give a
500
negative
runs that
chance.
even the bass bowlers
No,
of the
this
world
is
will
done.
not think of.
It's done and dusted.
Even if you ask the most optimist of people, who at least seems optimistic when he comes to press conference, and Gautam Gambhir also would quite candidly accept that the ship has sailed.
Finito.
India's win, that finished at lunchtime today.
Hmm.
The door was shut completely.
At that
No
point-
space for putting the foot in the door.
Agreed.
And you can't even blaze this door down. It's double bolted.
Yeah.
If 500 was bolted, 550 is like we put another lock on there. Good luck. Faraz once again says all this discourse about how we can have 3-4 world beating teams and standby is hogwash. I think we have a supreme white ball batting talents, but our bowling resources are thin. No wicket taking bowlers.
100% agree. I think that argument still holds true about us fielding multiple white ball teams. More so, I think T20. We do have the resources of fielding some good 2-3 competitive T20 teams. I think you do, which can compete at the highest level, because some of your batters and all-rounders are being left out. I think some of them are very talented, like Shreyas Iyer didn't make the team. Aryan Parag doesn't make the team. They're all good,
Jaiswal.
talented player. Jaiswal doesn't make the team. Imagine. Sanju, yeah, sure. why not?
Sunil be there.
So
It can be an RR party.
There are plenty who have to sit out. So I guess you can make a good enough team with, Mohammad Shami. You're not considering him.
KL Rahul,
KL Rahul.
who's
Sure.
nowhere in contention for T20
sure.
eyes. Yeah.
T20
He's nowhere in
sure.
contention.
And perhaps the D team, maybe Prithvi Shaw.
No.
Prithvi always had the talent. He's just squandered
D.
things
No,
away.
D.
Big
ABC is difficult.
Sai Sudarshan. No, in T20, sure. Why
In
not?
a B team, yeah. Good enough
I
batter.
think
Good
he'll
enough
make it.
batter.
Yeah, I think he'll make it.
When he was saying Prithvi Shaw and Sai, I thought he was going in another direction.
Absolutely.
Go further down, you've got Sharath Reddy saying, to be honest, I feel sorry for NKR. Kids all over the place. Bat slow even in A teams and Ranji. He has to bat higher in first class because he gets selected everywhere but barely gets to bat. By the way, I really need to point out the image of the test match today was when Nitish was bowling and he got tonked for a 6 trying a back of the hand slower ball. In a test match, a back of the hand slower ball. That's it, the game's gone. I've seen it all now.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I don't know. Bat slow, there's a reason he bats slow is because he's seen as a lower order utility player. That's exactly his role. There's a reason he bats slow in A teams. There's a reason he bats slow for his Ranji team. That's why.
And he can do that. Let's not take that away from him. We saw that in Australia. There were times when the other batters were getting out. He got you those 40s and he had played about
And 100.
and 100, and he had stuck around for good 80 odd deliveries, 90 deliveries to get to those 40 runs. So while other batters were still trying to understand, he applied himself very well over there.
True. But how he's being seen by the team is
That's a different thing altogether now.
Yeah.
That's a different thing.
true. Ashish Dhar says players unsold in IPL auctions are specialists. Who was unsold?
What does that he mean by that?
I'm trying to understand. But to answer his second question, he says, had India won the toss, would the result have been different? I say no.
IPL players unsold in IPL auction are specialists.
Actually, yes. The ones, the legs of an Abhimanyu, Iswarans, Sarfarazes. They are proper specialists in one format and they don't end up. But Jalat Saxena flirted with playing IPL for a bit, didn't play too much thereafter. I think DC only had him, if memory serves me right. I don't remember. So I don't. And to answer your second question, no. You would have still found a way to lose.
The toss, yeah. Now it's not about the toss because you're really not competing.
You're not
There's a
competing.
big gap between the two teams. Yes, it was a good toss to win. But as South Africa showed you, batting third in this test match, that they found it easy still to bat on. So I think that doesn't hold water now. That
260 for 5 they were because they declared.
Yeah.
The way they were batting, they could have put 350 on this track too.
Yeah.
On a day 4 track.
Agreed.
Easy.
On a day 4 track.
Easy. And so you had no business getting out for anything less than 400 in your first innings.
And you got out for what? 200.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Rakesh Bhushan says, Ajit's equally responsible as Gigi. They wanted to have some limelight, so you touched Rocco to garner more visibility, then dropped the likes of Sarfaraz, Iyer, Kishan, bringing the rule of wives not travelling. Too much noise, zero substance.
Agreed. But I think this again, I'm just going to the family thing that wasn't brought about by the selectors. It was brought about by the BCCI on the observations made by people on tour. That also included the manager, also included the coach, and also included the chairman of selectors. So on their feedback, that was brought about. But I agree, the selection also, has left a lot to be desired. Were they wrong to have a conversation with Rohit and Virat about their test future? No. I think that was also due. But I don't think they forced them out. That's why I say that they should have stuck around. But you
Also, they were probably the least of your problems in hindsight.
Yeah, but you have to see what is it the team management is also asking for, right? The team management is asking for multi-skilled players.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Terrible. Sharath says...
They picked Ashwin, but they were not playing in Ashwin.
And because they wanted Washington, why?
Batting.
Exactly.
Sharad says Gigi picking Rashford.
Playing Kuldeep.
Kuldeep mostly plays on
He was
home
picked
tests.
by the selectors in the team.
Kuldeep plays home tests. He doesn't play away tests. Even in England, he didn't play a single test.
Yeah.
There you were playing all-rounders. Because batting depth on roads.
Sharad says Gigi picking Rashford over CR7 and Messi gave it all. I'm pretty sure he'd go to see a cardiologist if he was having a bad headache.
Nasty. Though I'll never make sense of that. Rashford over Messi.
Not even United fans will pick Rashford over Ronaldo.
Now he's been made to sit on the bench.
Hey, he did okay in that Champions League game.
Okay.
But that's his level.
Yeah.
He is okay.
Yeah,
that's his level.
But if I have a Lewandowski and a Rafinha, I'm no way am I getting him.
He's your next best winger, your bench winger after Ferran. And Ferran is someone who constantly frustrates. I'd rate Ferran Torres as a higher player than he at this point in time.
Yeah, but Ferran Torres had to play number 9.
And was still doing good.
Okay.
Getting you goals at the very least.
Yeah, but still.
He missed a few chances.
He's a frustrating player, Ferran.
I mean, I wouldn't have either actually.
If you have to pick one.
Yeah.
You know it's Ferran as opposed to a
Very tough
Rashford.
choice. Again, you're taking me back.
No, I'm
choices to make.
I'm telling you why. I've seen Rashford at his closest level for United. Not a United fan, but I watched a lot of Premier League football. When he's a streaky player, so he'll go through a phase where he looks like untouchable. Then that phase ends. Yeah. Then he'll sign a new contract.
Yeah. No, but here I found him. I'm digressing.
I think in the midweek as well, he scored. Did he last week during the international, or he assisted?
I think he assisted and scored. Doesn't matter. International doesn't count for much. Florian Wirtz is tearing it up internationally. Does that mean anything? Lil Uzi squirts. He's still doing rubbish for Liverpool. Rakesh Bhushan says, why do we need a coach when all players are demigods? You can't correct their technique, all are born talents. The World Cup 83 we won with a logistic manager in Mansingh. Yeah. Why this fancy coach and full entourage? What is their value addition?
No, Rakesh, I think cricket has changed. See,
it's evolved a lot from then.
83 time to now. I think you need a good head on the shoulders to guide the team. They're still made up of youngsters. You need a coach to bring his experience, but I think it's more an advisory role. I don't think you can make too many technical changes. However, I think some suggestions do work. Those minor suggestions with your backlift, or you may have been taking the wrong guard, or just move an inch here or there, or your head is going a bit. I mean, so minor tweaks can be made by the coach, but primarily he's also there to strategize, to be the sounding board for a young team and a young captain. You got to remember, cricket is such in all walks of life, anything below 40 is considered youngster. You are given any responsibility once you go past 40 years of age, because you begin to mature. It's only in cricket where you will have captains that are 28, 29, 30, 31.
Not 25.
You've already become a senior. So you still need a wiser, sane voice in the dressing room. I don't see any harm in that. But that needs to gel, no, with the system. All things need to come together for you having a efficient unit. Dravid actually did that. You're right. Dravid took he took a back seat and played a elder statesman in the team rather than being the authoritarian leader.
The football manager.
Yeah, he wasn't the football
He
manager.
wasn't?
Yeah. Correct.
Debishi says, after this debacle, coach and selectors should be sacked. Why only blame the coach? Like, sabko nikalo.
Full over.
Sure. I mean, you can ask. But the thing here is that, again, in selectors' case, you've also done very well in white ball cricket. Now, in coaching, we're saying continue with a Gotham in white ball and get a red ball coach. Now, what are you going to do with selectors?
White ball, red ball selectors.
I think the selectors will course correct once they have a coach who's not asking for specialists or who's not asking for all-rounders.
Possible. That's a good point. Possible.
Suddenly, you think Ajit realized one day, Ajit of all people, who he keeps saying is someone who should have probably worked more on his batting, but who was picked primarily for being a bowler, was like he woke up one day on the one side of his bed and was like, all-rounders? That's the solution? I don't think so. The selectors is giving the coach what he asked for.
Yeah.
And they can take a back seat and say, no, but then why would you want to do that? Then you're risking civil war.
Yeah.
You're risking civil war, let's be frank. Steve Tickolo says 2021, India are leading 2-1 in England. Hindu article reads, India won, but Kohliism needs to be reviewed. Now we want Kohli type intent, passion, funny circle of life. I
mean, I don't know.
Kohliism could be something else, no?
Yeah. I think they were talking about the over aggression and all of that.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with a little bit of the year. You've gone the other way.
And there's nothing wrong with having the right balance as well.
You can be aggressive, but not overly aggressive. Yeah. You can be aggressive without shoulder barging an 18-year-old. Just
naughty.
Yeah, we're just saying. You don't need to do that.
Also, could also be down to the fact that let's not forget why that tour ended the way that it did.
Yeah. Less said the better.
Yeah.
Chili Paneer asks, Gautam slot or Ane Gambhir?
Good one, yeah.
No. He's neither. He's not bald.
I know he's getting a lot of flack. Ane slot.
The Dutchman. Not all his fault, though. Not all his fault.
But I mean, I'm hearing similar things like, Klopp had character. He had this. He had the team fighting for him. He has nothing.
In one season, Arne Slot has won as many Premier Leagues as Jurgen Klopp. It's unfair. Yeah. Really unfair.
And he took what? 6, 7?
I mean, to be fair, you have to remember, Klopp was also up against that City.
Yeah.
98 points, you're finishing second. Come on, man. It's unfair. Last year, they won it with 75 points.
Yeah.
I'd be aggrieved if I were a Liverpool fan. But that's the way it is. And I could give you 115 more reasons to be aggrieved. So...
Another show.
Yeah. Shubhadeep Mondal says 21 to 25 WTC, the batting average and South Africa, New Zealand plus Oz approx 50. India, England, Sri Lanka, Pakistan approx 45. India was getting the edge for bowling, but barring Ashwin and Bumrah, with the averages of strike rate 30 and average 20, now both batting bowling down since 24. Yeah, I mean, overall your numbers have seen a dip, big time. And there's a simple reason why, because you're not picking specialists. Your bowling numbers weren't as badly down because your bowlers at home at least were still doing well. Your batters were struggling on rank turners. Now everyone is struggling, no matter the pitch conditions. Jasbir Singh says, Bhai, what is it that KL Rahul has? Like, does he have some dirt on people? And Nikhil Kuldeep was looking good, better than Sai in the last 30 minutes.
I mean, again, not much to choose from.
Oh, actually, he was looking better to me. A little bit more assured in his defense.
Yeah, until he played that one ball that took that edge.
Which neither got him bowled, nor ended up getting him caught by leg slip.
Yeah.
Maharaj.
But I'd have to agree, looked slightly better than Sai Sudarshan.
Which is in itself telling you a lot.
Yeah.
You're number 3, by the way. Number 3.
Unbelievable.
Rakesh Bhushan says that Nikhil, when Rocco got runs in the third ODI in Oz, why was there no happiness on Gigi's face? Wasn't he happy with their success? Please elaborate. Does he not want them to succeed?
No,
I don't think that's
But also
see,
down to the fact the series was lost.
no,
Exactly.
One Gautam, we've known him. I've known him for so many years when he was a player as well. Even on his good days as a player, you could not make out that he's had a good day. I mean, he's generally like that.
Yeah, I don't remember him ever celebrating that
he's never
passionately.
the celebration kinds. Even on a day where he may have played the Napier, I was there. I can't remember that day, but knowing Gautam, he would have just, ordered in his room, had food and gone to sleep.
Yeah.
So I would barely see him outside as well. There are a lot of times that, we used to stay in a lot of places where not too many restaurants around, not too many bars or clubs around. So there was one or two. So it's a good enough chance that you are there where players are there. So I oftentimes bumped into many players. But there are only few places to go out in that small town. Many like in West Indies it would happen. New Zealand also.
Yeah.
Places like Napier are not very small towns. So you'd bump into players. But I can't remember bumping into Gautam ever. He was one of those guys. So I don't think it's not that he's celebrating. But the kind of statements that you've heard, at least from between Rohit and Gambhir, it's fair to say that I'm not saying that they have an issue or whatever, but I mean, fair to say that they wouldn't be going out for dinner together.
It's a
or
relationship of
exchanging
convenience.
Christmas cards.
It's a relationship of convenience.
Yeah, like it's there.
Chal raha hai, chalne do types till it doesn't.
Yeah.
Steve Ticklow says, is tomorrow the last day of GG's test coaching? Everything at this point comes to the T20 World Cup. If he wins, he continues. If he loses, Shane is coming to KKR's 26th campaign. Hell, I'd welcome that. Please.
No, see, again, I would say that because you're in the middle of a white ball cycle of the 26 and the 27 World Cup, I think it makes sense to continue with him. I don't think you need to change that at this moment. Test cricket, there's a long gap before you start another test series. I think there's enough time for you to think of another coach. I think there seems to be a need to have another coach.
Split coaching.
Split coaching. I would
get ready for that.
Yeah.
I would advise that.
Same. Sobham Sai says, people say KL's a better player than Rohit in tests in terms of technique. He and Rohit play the same number of matches and I believe Rohit's average is better.
Yeah, but I wouldn't buy that. I'd
Neither would
say
I.
Rohit was
Far better.
Rohit himself will agree that he underachieved. I think
In
he was
tests.
a much better player. And there's nothing to suggest that there is any deficiency in Rohit's technique. He's quite a wonderfully technically gifted batter. He is. Absolutely is. I mean, why is it that we are saying it? You heard from Virat say it in the past that he wishes he had the kind of ease and comfort with which Rohit Sharma plays. He had that extra second and a half. And when he was a young 19-year-old or something, he was envious of him.
Can't say I blame him either. Rohit is one of the most aesthetically pleasing batters. Pull shot is like a godly shot for him.
Yeah.
But everything else also, he's technically right up there.
Very, very sound. Very sound. You can't catch him out.
Yep.
Oneswar, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, says before the ODI series in August, it was said that Rocco didn't necessarily have the intent to play 2027 World Cup. Does our coach have intent to win matches till then?
You being naughty Vaneshwar.
Very, very bad, man.
Dark Knight says KL Rahul का कितना भी वर्जन आ जाए लास्ट में सिस्टम एरर हो जाए.
Good point. Dark Knight. Today
Well done.
Shivam should have come up with his Shivam Giri actually. Today would
I
have
think
been
he's
a
waiting for
high-
tomorrow.
Today would have been the day. I'll
I'll be honest, I was hoping for it yesterday also. It felt like, there was too much out there.
must have been so much content.
Yeah.
on social media,
There's
so much. I can't tell
swamped.
you. I can't tell you. Rajiv Ranjan says, Nikhil bhai, do you think Kuldeep Yadav is a main threat for South Africa between draw? Rajiv Ranjan.
We got a little Shivam Giri going on in the comments.
Everyone has taken a bit of our sarcasm today.
In fact, see, Uday also is saying you want an all-format captain, but also okay with split coaches. Just so we're clear, by the way, none of us want all-format captains. I hate the concept. It's a stupid concept.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be having
Maybe
it.
he's talking more in BCCI.
Like BCCI's terms, that you'll take that also, sure.
Brian Lara.
Sometimes pressing the panic button is good. This is one such scenario. Even with a transition, a home loss is unacceptable. With KL, Jadeja, Bumrah, Pant, Siraj, Gill, Yashasvi, Kuldeep, young team, embarrassed. Exactly.
Absolutely.
I mean, just with
It's
the
not
name, I
young.
can't disagree. Brian Lara is saying
It's not a
Bang
young team and there is no transition happening, period. You put together any test team in the past as well, there will always be players who would have played about, just double digits they would have touched, or 15 matches, 20. That doesn't make the entire team young, yaar. If there are those who've played 60 odd, there's somebody who's played 30 odd, that's enough experience. How many 100 plus test match players will you have in a team? There could only be maybe a couple. And going at the rate at which we are going, there won't be any in the future.
Temba's played 66 tests. And he's one of the more experienced players in South Africa. 66 tests, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Priyanshu says nothing changes until we accept that we are bad. After New Zealand BGT loss, basically I put the blame on families and Sarfraz leaks rather than talking about wrong team combo. Today, teams seem cowardly and disinterested.
Agreed.
Priyanshu, nail on the head. Sridhar Saivakar says, to be honest, the overseas 100s KL has scored have done nothing more than earn him a place for the next series.
Scroll down.
He has...
Stop.
Opened
He has
in
opened-
55 out of 67 tests and averages 35 as opener. If you think he has moved around the batting.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
35 is an
number.
opener.
Not great number.
There's one user, I can't quite figure out the name, ends with
Mendy
203. He's like,
Vian.
yeah, thanks to South Africa for the late declaration. If not, India would have been all out today itself.
Can't disagree at this
Some of the
point.
batters there were also concerned about their averages.
Some of the batters there are being battered.
Unofficial F5M says, imagine this is a 5-match series. What changes would you make? Ooh. I'll go quickly. I would have thought on situation. I would still have these kind of pitches.
Yeah.
The pitches is a problem. Don't go to rank turners. Fix it. I would have these pitches. I would bring a Shami in. I may need 3 fast bowlers. I think he's still a match-winning bowler who's doing, I don't know what grudge you have against him, but keep 3 fast bowlers. I would keep that. Play Kuldeep as well. I would not obsess on all-rounders. Play 2 spinners if that is the case. 2 of your best spinners. And if Washi is not that, then so be it. Kuldeep and Jadeja, fine, go with it. 3 fast bowlers, 2 spinners, and get in a few test specialists. I will say bye-bye to Sai Sudarshan. I will get in a number.
Sarfraz.
Yes, I'll definitely get a Sarfraz back into
Karun
the scheme
Nair.
of things. Maybe as a arrangement, Karun Nair in these conditions, I only gave him one chance in England. I probably want to give him a chance here, and I'd go with a more conventional team setup than anything else for starters.
Where people bat in position.
Yes, exactly. 7 batters, 4 bowlers, and an all-rounder. That's sort of a 6 batters, 1 all-rounder, and 4 bowlers. Sort of
Correct.
R. Sandeep says that I hope the people who run the cricket understand that the problem is bigger. We needed to groom red ball players. Unlike white ball, I am not seeing there being any core. Looks like we're just picking players who can bowl and bat.
Agreed.
Sandeep, that is exactly what we've discussed. If you've joined us a little late, check out our entire discussion at the start, about an hour and a half ago when we started. And that's exactly what our focus has been, not just for today, from yesterday itself. And we've illustrated that with a lot of examples. So, Nikhil Shinde says, today it looked like team was playing against coach. Second Greg Chappell episode loading. Who knows?
Time will tell.
That is exactly what Nikhil Shinde is saying. Now, I don't know whether they were playing against the coach, but as I said, this team didn't look their natural self. They can lose a test match, that's fine. They can have batting collapses. I just didn't look themselves today. To me.
Yeah, they didn't. They look like they'd rather be anywhere else but in the middle.
Correct. Correct. Does Sarfraz Khan have a chance of a comeback at all? He's 28 right now. Yogesh.
28 is not old, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's only 28 right
No,
now.
you should. If I'm the selectors, I go back and say, please, boss, come back. We need you. But it's not happening.
But that's the thing now.
And now to another 6 months gone.
Yeah.
You're not playing any test cricket for the next 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
More than that.
Yeah. Like Hello JS says, Sarfraz, Shami, why they two are not more than talent. What is
Exactly.
Shami?
You're only
Yeah.
seeing them as talent.
Yeah.
But that's it. Shami is a proven match winner across formats. for all your obsession with all format, he somehow doesn't come.
Yeah.
Kiruba Karan.
Change the thought process.
Please take his name.
I can't.
Kiruba Karana Ramachandran, right?
Yeah, I think that would be correct.
Kiruba Karan Ramachandran. He's
Yeah.
from the UK.
Says change the thought process, remove an all format captain, drop Gill from the T20 team. I think this will cost us in the T20 World Cup. I agree. But it's
Again,
not going to happen.
exactly what we've been discussing. That's what my point is. See, when we raise those points, when the people who join us, who watch cricket day in and day out, have the best interest of Indian cricket at heart, when they have these simple, and all of us seem to agree on certain very basic points, I wonder why the stakeholders and the people in charge can't see that. What is the fascination of going all white ball and red ball? I can't understand.
As DPG says, the
Biggest IPL trade
of 2026 would be GG going to KKR.
Oh God.
DPG.
DPG
Would you want that KKR?
Yes. It'll be good for everyone. It'll be good for KKR. It'll be good for the Indian team. God knows we need it.
Okay, final comment. We cannot let Desmond Haynes go by. Generally, Sachin will not say negative, but he asked for introspection and changes after New Zealand clean sweep. Now what? Does Gambhir say to Sachin, stay in your capacity? Nobody can say that to Sachin.
Not even.
But he's
Gambhir.
right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And Sachin is right. Again, is a person who measures his words. And if he had to come out and say that after New Zealand series, you know things need to change.
Ravager 21, jeez, says, what is the point of forcefully getting Ash Anna out, Rocco retired, and then not picking Shami? Looks like the end of the WTC finals this cycle.
We've said that, Ravager 21.
It's done.
We've said that. If you
Khatam.
see a discussion
Tata.
a little earlier, go back and see.
Yeah.
I can't see the Indian team making another WTC final. Now, 2 WTC finals in the row, unfortunately, have come under the same management. You're on the verge of qualifying the New Zealand. In fact, you were cruising to the final.
You needed 4 wins
Yeah.
in 9 test matches.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah. You got 3 wins, including a whitewash. Sharat says, Gigi is getting unnecessary hate. He's preparing spin tracks for the Sri Lankan tour practice, like how Ravi and VK prepared green pitches.
Shut up, you naughty boy.
Yeah.
Being
Thank you all
tongue-in-cheek.
for the laughs.
For the laughs, for the humor. Even we provided them with a lot of them.
Oh,
Check that out if you haven't. See our show from the start. I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
not at all.
Okay, take care, guys. Tomorrow the test match will end.
We reconvene.
We reconvene.
And then we'll be preparing for return of Rocco. ODI series.
We reconvene. We re-rant.
Yeah.
We rehash.
We rehash. But yeah, what you can do right now is rewind, see this entire chat, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Pranit Datta, final one.
Would like to bring some specialists in this teams. Jurel's keeper batter, Sai IPL quota. India is actually playing 2 batters out of which one scored a 50. Would still back Nitish though, he will develop.
I'm not sure about Nitish.
I'm not. His bowling is just...
He came with a 20 odd average in first class cricket.
And his bowling, less said the better.
Yeah, I don't know what you see. I mean, I'm happy to be proven wrong.
By the way, just this is the thing. When we watch Nitish, you look at Nitish and just line them up. But Nitish one side and a Shivam Dubey the other side. You think Nitish should be quicker, right? He bowls the same pace.
No, Dubey is quicker.
Dubey has
so
now
I'm saying
become quicker.
Dubey is the quicker one now. Right. Nitish looks like he's nice. Well, this thing, nothing doing. 128.
Yeah, speed isn't his...
Dubey is 130s now.
Yeah.
Kevin Kumar sends some love.
Kevin Kumar from the UK. He's born in 1978.
Send some love.
Love back to you, sir.
Anyhow.
Thanks for your time and company, as always. Lots more content up on Sports Today. I see Harshit's video on Smriti Mandhana's marriage is doing well. Do check that out as well. I think you should do another one with more developments that have come in.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the other story. Other than Virat Kohli reaching Mumbai airport, those visuals you can check out. Many more stories up on Sports Today. Check that out. Plus, we'll be live tomorrow, the test match.
We'll also do a little bit of an analysis on what Jadeja had to say. He was the one in the PC.
Yeah, watch out for that as well. See you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. 6:30. Yeah.
Yeah, the T20 World Cup schedules are going to be
Finally.
live for that.
Finally.
See you then.